All right, guys, we have an interesting topic today, and it's kind of on the end of our perspective when it comes to training, I guess, right? That'd be the best way to put
Absolutely.
it. So the topic is being a good student when you come out to training. And I would say this applies no matter what your skill level, right?
Correct.
If you think you're a big, badass operator coming in to do some training with a new training company, or if you're just like a 101, 102 student and you're scared of it, these things all apply, I would say. So I guess give us some insight on being a good student.
So before we even get into the list of items that we'd like you to pay attention to, understand that this is our expectation of our instructors when they go away for training, including myself. If I go somewhere for training, I make sure I'm following our own rules. We are students first and instructors second. We have people that call us and we love it. When we get our phone calls, people ask us what they need for class, what kind of gear, and they almost apologetically ask. And that's just being a good student, trying to figure out what you need to be prepared. And so we like those phone calls. It's also listed on our website as well. But the number one thing when you're coming out is make sure you do have proper gear for that particular class that you're taking. We have a list with each one of our classes on our website that kind of gives you a bullet list of what you need for the class. You know, the type of firearm that you're using, number of magazines, ammo, sunblock, rain gear, you're dressing for the weather, all of those things. So make sure that you have the proper gear. The number one thing that we see as a failure for students when they come into class is they don't have a belt or they have pants that don't have a belt loop to even put a belt in. And then you're in a pistol class and you don't have any way to securely hold the holster that's going to be holding your firearm. So just make sure that you get the list off of our classes, and you can also give us a call with any questions that you have about that. Number two is bring something to take notes. I'm like the nerd in a class. If I go away for a training class, an instructor class, a master instructor class, anything, it doesn't matter what level class it is, I usually have a small waterproof notebook. I don't bring it because it's a waterproof notebook. I bring it because the pages are heavier and you can write on it. You're out there on the range and you're trying to write notes. I draw diagrams, I take pictures because I want to take all that information. I pay good money to be at a class, and obviously you can't remember everything. So I try to write down as much as I can so that I can kind of flip back through it and jog my memory when I leave that class. So if there is something good in that class that we're taking away, we want to make sure we have that kind of documented before we leave. Probably the most important item to bring to a class is an open mind. And what does that mean? What's an open mind mean? It means that you are willing to hear and try whatever it is that's in that class that you just paid good money for. So in other words, don't come there thinking that, well, I already know how to draw, so I don't really need to pay attention to that. Because there's going to be some subtle nuances here or there, maybe even some major difference between what you do and how we teach things. Don't immediately push that out of your mind as, well, I don't do it that way, or I don't like that. Give it an honest try. Usually when we have something in the class, there's a reason behind the technique that we're using or the method that we're talking about. So the open mind is important. And besides, you just paid a lot of good money to be in a class. Why would you show up thinking that you know everything? What is the point of even coming to training if you already think you know everything? So come with an open mind. At the end of the day, if all you get is one thing out of that training to take home with you, that's still a win. But if you close it all out thinking that you know everything, then you're just wasting your money.
Yeah, there's almost a negative stigma with the open mind concept in the tactical world. Like a lot of people, you'll kind of hear people joke like, that's the crutch for people that don't know what they're doing. And the thing is, we're not doing anything unconventional, and we give you the why of what we're doing along the way. And I think that's an important thing that people can take away is whether you're training with us or not, we're going to give you the why, and it's going to connect that neural pathway in your head of, yeah, this makes a lot of sense of why this might be different than what I've been doing or what I was told. But also, if you're going anywhere else, ask the why.
Absolutely.
A lot of places won't give it to you because they don't really know what they're teaching, or they don't really know why they're teaching what they're teaching.
And some stuff gets taught, and we try to break that cycle, but some things just get taught because one instructor told it to another instructor who told it to another instructor. I think Pat McNamara is the one that coined the term institutional inbreeding, and that's exactly what it is. We've always done it that way, and you're just regurgitating whatever you've been told and didn't know the background, don't have the depth of knowledge behind why we're doing it. So when you come to one of our classes and you don't quite understand the why, you need to ask it. Because we don't do anything in our classes without there being a good, solid reason, whether it's tactical benefits, whether it's grip, whether it's how to manage, not control, but how to manage recoil, all these kind of things. Why we do the specific skill set, technique, tactic, whatever it might be. Why are we doing it that way? And you're going to learn more from that. You're going to understand it, and it's not just I'm being told to do something. My personality, I don't like to just be told to do anything. I want to know why I'm doing it. And you should be the same way, especially you're paying good money to learn these things from instructors. So first of all, your instructor needs to be a student as well, and you need to be a good student coming in. At the end of the day, take what you like, leave what you don't. A lot of our classes you should probably take 2 or 3 times because you're not going to get everything or understand everything at one time. You're only ready to hear what you're ready to hear, and light bulbs will click on for certain subjects the second or the third or the fourth time that you take a class. Or you might take one thing out of that class and practice it really well, and then come back into training, and then that's kind of taken care of. And now we're focused on the next piece that we didn't fully grasp from that first time in training. So remember, when you go to training, no matter where you go, be a good student, listen, give it a good try, take notes, have that open mind.
Well, guys, there you have it. That's how to be a good student. And I mean, I guess that kind of applies with really any walk of life. You should really go through life being the student, willing to learn, and kind of following these steps and, making them work for whatever the scenario may be.
And we'll see you in class.
Train hard, suck less.